Lori, thank you so much for joining me today to talk about your experience utilizing eFund Your Health. How are you today?
I'm so good. So glad to be here.
I'm so glad you're here too. I remember us talking a long time ago about where you were and where you needed to be, and man, have you come a long, long way.
I sure have. Absolutely.
First off, can you tell everyone what we were going through when you were, with your sickness and your health? What was going on with you?
Yeah, well, prior to eFund Your Health, I had been dealing with Crohn's disease for over 7 years.
Okay.
As you.
Uh-huh.
So we're not a lot in common. I did every medication known to man. I had done 4 years of infusions with Remicade, and my body was starting to reject it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was that wake-up call where I needed to do something different. So that's where I found you in my journey, and then eventually eFund Your Health. I'm 100% commission, so if I'm not at work, I'm not making any money. There's no vacation time, there's no sick time. It's work or nothing. So it was really a stressful time these last few years trying to make it fiscally.
Was it at that point that you felt convicted to look into a natural healing?
Absolutely, yeah. I knew that after I went through the barrage of drugs, which I was nearing the finish line, Remicade, there's not much more, as you mentioned, after the biologics. It was surgery. I was going to start losing my organs. And I'm like, I am not living with a colostomy bag. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but for me, that wasn't a choice that I wanted to make in my early 40s.
Yes.
So,
it wasn't a choice I wanted to make at 24. Yeah.
I mean, I don't think most people want to make that choice, but
yeah.
It's really hard to feel like, for me, it was really difficult to know that there was any other option. And then I saw your mug on YouTube and I was like, hey, somebody made it through who had my same illness. So your face and your story was really a starting point for me to feel like I could do it, just to give me that hope and courage that I could do it.
When you signed up for your for the campaign, how did that go? What was the experience like?
Well, I think I should make mention that I was very hesitant because I'm somebody that asks for things, and particularly money.
Yes.
So I had to really work through the psychology of, am I a failure? Am I failing because I need to ask for help? And that was a big issue for me. I have to be honest, Dane. Like, it took me months before I got my campaign off the ground, because I was just struggling. Like, I should be able to do this on my own, and why can't I do this on my own? And when I finally came to that space of, it's okay to ask for help. Like, it's my time, it's my season in life to ask for help. Yeah. And also, I should state that it also helped me motivate and have accountability to stay the course, because healing isn't always easy. Yeah. And really, sometimes that extra motivation of like, if other people are going to contribute to my future and my health, wow, that's just one more motivator to stay on task.
Yeah, you chose to have a public campaign, and are you happy you had a public campaign?
I'm so happy.
Yeah, right? And so you had a public campaign. Tell me about that. What kind of people were donating towards your campaign?
Let me tell you, I was very surprised that well over, I would say 60% of my campaign, the donors were people that I didn't even know. So for my journey, I chose to just tell a handful of people. I didn't mass send it to my social media or anything. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but for me, I just personally felt like I've got this handful of people I feel really confident and comfortable sharing this need with. And so I did, and then they sent it off. And one thing I did do in my email when I described what I was doing and why I was raising the funds is I said, one way you can help me, even if it's not to donate, is to share my story. Just share my story. And let me tell you, my story was shared. My story was shared. I never even posted it on my own Facebook or my own social media. Other people were putting it on theirs, and it was really incredible.
How much money was raised from this community, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, I raised over $5,000 in 14 days.
Whoa, huge! Over $5,000 in 14 days. And here you are 2 weeks before thinking, how am I ever going to pay for this? how am I ever going to do this thing I desperately need in my life? And 14 days later, the problem is solved.
Yeah. I mean, I had raised thousands, well over 1,000 within, a few days. So it was just, again, it was like wildfire. It just spread like wildfire, and it was amazing.
Wow, that's unbelievable. And was eFund Your Health able to help in a contribution as part of the corporate donor program?
Yes, they were able to contribute. The exact number, it was like $1,387, but we'll round it to about $1,400 extra. So I was hoping to raise about $7,000, so I just went right under that because I didn't know how much eFund was going to be able to match.
Did you have any hiccups getting the money and using the debit card or using it at different places for your needs?
No, I didn't. The only thing is that you do need to wait a minute, so if you need your funds, say on the 30th and your fundraiser ends on the 29th, you need to know that you need a few weeks to let your funds come into your account. So I learned that along the way, which was, was fine. But that was the only hiccup, if you will, that I had. It was completely easy to use the card, as long as, you're not trying to buy an airline ticket or something.
Yeah, exactly.
In the realm of natural health.
Yes.
There was no problem, and I used it all in one spot.
When you went to this place, what kind of results did you get in your health?
I crossed the finish line.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't say that, I don't think it's fair to say that I'm 100%, but...
Who is 100%? We all, death is in remission. We're all working on something.
Absolutely. But I would say when I started my journey in January 2018, and I did the eFund raiser in October of 2018, and then I went to a facility called True North Health Center for 6 weeks. That was on October 29th. So I did all my fundraising within, I think it was less than a month is what I gave myself. And by the time I left the facility in December, I had gone from 7 years of chronic illness to, I would say I have a 80% remission at this point.
Wow, 80% symptom free. And you were able to get a few more vibrancies. Were you able to lose some weight and things like that?
Yeah, well, since Dane last saw me, I look like a different person.
Yeah, completely.
Yeah, I mean, this year I've lost 45 pounds, and skin looks better, my hair, everything. Just I look healthy. Air high five.
Air high five, and your health has a trajectory like this.
Yeah. Where if you would have seen me 6 months ago, I mean, I definitely felt like I looked sick.
Oh yeah, you looked sick. You were 45 pounds heavier, no energy, just gut all messed up, trying to come off of drugs. So, but it was not easy for you, Lori. So last thing I would say, is there anyone out there who's considering using eFund Your Health or is having trouble sticking with their natural medicine ideas? What would you say to them in their moment of need?
Well, two things. I could only say good things about eFund Your Health. Don't let it scare you. Don't think that you're doing something wrong by asking for help. Give yourself permission to get help and ask for help. I would say that for number one. And number two, as I've made mention, healing is not always a straight journey. It's a zigzag back and forth and up and down, and finding what works for you. And don't give up, because short-term suffering for a long-term healing is how I looked at it every day, where it was another fever and another day I couldn't get out of bed. I just said, one more day of this means I'm going to have 50 more days of good if I just keep pressing on. So don't give up. If I can make it after 7 years of chronic debilitating illness and not having a savings account, I really believe that you can too.